Welcome to all of you, this very significant occasion in the history of Mount St. Vincent University. We will make this program outdoors very short so that all of you who are standing outside in the rain will quickly be able to join us for a reception in Seton Academic Center in the Art Gallery immediately following the ceremony. I'm very pleased to acknowledge our piper, Beverly Boyce, a student here at the Mount. We're very happy that today it's her birthday and she's celebrating it with us. May I extend our welcome to all the members of the university community and to all our neighbors here who have joined us for this occasion. I am not going to introduce all of our special guests, but I am going to mention some of them. We have with us today Premier John Buchanan, our local Member of Parliament, Mr. Joel Matheson, Alderman Hamshaw, the Chair of our Board of Governors, Dale Godeson, the representatives of our Alumni Association, our Faculty Association, our Staff Association, our Student Council, and of all of the employees of the Mount. We're pleased, too, that so many people are going to join us, and our very special guests are the class of 2000 from our Child Study Center. Mr. Chancellor, may I call on you now to give the blessing?
Thank you very much, Madam President. The work of a university is communication. Communication of science, knowledge, information, values, respect for one another. I can think of no more appropriate activity than the opening or the beginning of the Communication Center at Mount St. Vincent University. It is, in a sense, the gathering together of all that the university does and all that the university stands for. It is a project that is dear to the heart of all of us, and we believe is dear to the heart of the Lord Himself. And so it is in that spirit that we come to ask God's blessing on what we are about to begin. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of all creation. You know our hearts and our plans, and you guide all that we do for your glory. Grant that this project will be for your honor and for the benefit of all your people. May those who work on its construction be protected from injury and harm. We come to thank you for your many gifts to us, and we ask you to bless this project which we begin today. Grant that it may bring honor to you and happiness and progress and peace to your people. We ask your blessing, for you are the giver of all good gifts, the creator of all, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
At this point, we are going to invite the Premier to turn the sod, and I would like to invite also to stand beside him Sister Margaret Malloy, who represents the corporation, the Sisters of Charity, who founded Mount St. Vincent University, and also Mr. Michael Byrne, representing his firm, who designed the new Margaret Fulton Communications Center. Mr. Premier, I present you now with the shovel.
President Hersom, Your Grace, my colleague Joel Matheson, Alderman Hamshaw, and ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm extremely pleased to be here with you today and participate in the sod turning for a building that has been a long time coming, a lot of hard work by a lot of people over the last number of years, and I want to pay tribute to Dr. Margaret Fulton, who I think everyone who knows Dr. Fulton will agree with me was and is a most tenacious lady. Joel Matheson, I know, will agree, because I don't think we met with her on 5 or 6 occasions, but at least a dozen occasions, until finally she simply said, "You must do this." And you know, there was a tone in her voice that we just couldn't resist, right, Joel? And so Joel and I, led by Joel, made sure that the Cabinet of Nova Scotia agreed to provide over 80% of the funding, or we told them that Dr. Fulton would come into the full cabinet meeting and probably look for 90%. But it is a building that will be a tremendous asset to the university. By the way, I neglected to do something at the opening of these very short remarks, and that is to congratulate you, Your Grace, on your election as President of the Canadian Council of Bishops. I also say to our young boys and girls over to the left, members of the class of the year 2000, that I look forward to sitting on the platform at your graduation. You know, I noticed that the facilities will include, of course, the most important university library. I turned a sod at St. FX University about 6 years ago with Father McKinnon, and he described the library as the heart and soul repository of knowledge for the university. And that's actually what it is. Without a library, you don't have that heart and soul of the learning process. And that has been missing a bit from Mount St. Vincent, and now you will have a full-scale library so that the pursuit of knowledge will be followed much more closely by your students using an up-to-date, well, I guess you do have an up-to-date library, but this will be a much bigger library. Yes. Also, the computer center and duet. Now, I thought at first that was some for singing, but it's distance university education via television, and it's extremely important today, and I know Dr. Hersom is being used by many, many people in Nova Scotia, and now you will headquarter it in this new building. So on behalf of the people and the government of Nova Scotia, I want to congratulate Mount St. Vincent, the people who were involved in ensuring that this day took place. We're extremely pleased as the government of Nova Scotia to be able to make this contribution, because I have always been and will continue to be a firm believer in education, and that the best investment that a government can make is in the education of our young people.
Mr. Premier, friends of Mount St. Vincent University, this is a very special day for the board of Mount St. Vincent. The governors over the last 10 years have been sitting in boardrooms cheering on Margaret Fulton's tenacity. We know, and I know personally, because I think the first time I heard of it was about 8 years ago, that this has been a gleam in many people's eyes. And if anyone has been in the basement of the old library and seen the rolling shelves, and hopefully not get caught between them or have to stand in line for a journal, they will lead the chair today. I feel very proud as a person to represent all the past chairmen of the board, Judith Gold, Larry Hayes, Ruth Goldblum, Gordon Mader, all of who are here today, and the other board members, including Florence Wall, whom I think I see right there, and also the whole university community. I thank you not just for your words, because they went right to the heart of it, the library, but for your government's support again and again for this very, very special university. It's not only a unique educational place, it's for women. And the wave of the future, boys and girls, is equality, and the Mount stands for that. So in the year 2000, when you sit on a platform with a premier and ministers, it'll be half men and half women, or maybe, I think it's 51% women in the population. 52, I stand corrected. At that time, Mr. Premier, I hope you're still on the platform, but you'll be outnumbered by women, and many of them will have been Mount St. Vincent graduates. So thank you.
Well, in order to let the Premier have a chance to participate with our graduates of the year 2000, I'm going to ask them to come with me now, and we're all going to do a little sod turning together.
Oh, that's nice.
Perhaps if you're in the middle there with a big shovel, we'll get some good photos.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Right about in the middle, right here?
Right here.
We'll bring the children around. Sort of distance. Feel myself. Thank you. I like your grace. Too. Grace. Not really a grace. It's like, so you're up front. You have a jet.
And now the party here will be leading you to Seton and the art gallery for the reception.
Oh, yeah, they're going to the building now.
Okay, we can go this way.
They're going to do the whole thing.
that today is her birthday and she's celebrating it with us. May I extend our welcome to all the members of the university community and to all our neighbors here who have joined us for this occasion. I am not going to introduce all of our special guests, but I am going to Mr. Joel Matheson, Alderman Hamshaw, the Chair of our Board of Governors, Dale Godeson, the representative of our Alumni Association, our faculty, these two that so many people are going to join us, and our very special guests are the class of 2000 from our Child Study Center. Mr. Chancellor, may I call on you now to give the blessing.
Gathering together of all that the university does and all that progress and peace to your people. We ask your blessing, for you are
President Hersom, Grace, my colleague Joel Matheson, Alderman Hamshaw, on 5 or 6 occasions, but at least a dozen occasions until finally she simply said, "You must do 90%. But it is a building that will be a tremendous asset to the university. By the way, I neglected to do something at the opening of these very short remarks, and that is to congratulate you, Your Grace, on your election as President of the Canadian Council of Bishops. I look forward to sitting on the platform at your graduation. I noticed that the facilities will include, of course, the most important university library. That has been missing a bit from Mount St. Vincent, and now you will have a full-scale library so that the pursuit of knowledge will be followed much more closely by your students using an education via television. And it's extremely important today, and I know Dr. Hersom has been moved by many people in Nova Scotia. Now you are headquartered in this new building. So on behalf of the people and the governmentation of our young people,
Mr. Premier, friends of Mount St. Vincent University, this is a very special day. Margaret Fulton's tenacity. We know, and I know personally, on the platform, but you'll be outnumbered by women, and many of them will have been Mount St. Vincent graduates. So thank you.
here have a chance to participate with our graduates of the academy. Okay, you guys can And now the party here will be leading you to Seton and the art gallery for the reception.